Right, so today we're going to be doing a review of the MSR HUBBA NX1 man tent. It's my latest tent and I think it's a perfect tent for the job, whether you're backpacking, bike packing or touring on the bike. I've had several tents and for me, yeah, lots of advantages to this over any of the others I've had really. I've got it in three parts here because I like to pack it separately. There's the tent itself. Comes in this red compression sack, although I will say it's doesn't exactly compress particularly well. I've then got the poles and the pegs in this separate sack that they come in, and I have invested in the footprint, the MSR footprint. Not essential by any means, but it both protects obviously the base of the tent and also allows you to pitch it as either just the outer skin or outer skin first, which is massive advantage if it's raining. There's nothing worse than a inner first tent pitch in the rain and then it obviously gets wet and you've got to get in there, so that can be a massive advantage. So yeah, that's the tent. I'll put the specs in the comments below, the weight and such, although obviously you can find that anywhere. What I really want to do today is show the different configurations of the tent, the different ways that it can be set up, and particularly using the ground sheet, the footprint. Okay, so here's your pegs. Again, come in another bag, similar red little bag there to keep those neat and tidy away, and a nice lightweight little pegs for that. These photos show the footprint with the poles in place. Poles come in, or they're joined together and form the framework for the tent, either the outer or the inner. Okay, so there's the tent, outer skin up. Now the first thing I like about it when it's up there is the colour. I do quite a bit of stealth camping. Wild camping's illegal in 90% of this country anyway, as you may be aware. I'm based in the UK, so very often stealth camping. So the profile and the colour helps a lot. Very easily blends in. I've added, just one little tip, and no, I've added this. It doesn't come with a guy for there. I'm not sure why, because I think it's pretty much, if not essential, certainly very, very useful to have. And it does create a little bit of a storage area at the back of the tent there if you want it. There's a vent here. With the pull out there. Can't do that with one hand, but you can see how that works. So that's the vent. Just zips from one side. A nice feature that they've done with this tent is this acts as a gutter for the rain, so rain dropping down the tent drops down and away from the tent there rather than going on your head. This does fold back there and there's a clip for it, or you can take it back to there. Now this is your first configuration for the tent. I've never used it like this and I don't imagine I ever would, but if you want to go super light, then you've got some protection from the weather, the rain, the wind, and it's a possibility should you want to do that. So that's your first option. Okay, I'll get this down and get the inner up. Right, so the second configuration we have then is the inner only. Now you don't need the footprint for this, you can just do that anywhere. Now this obviously could be viable if you're somewhere you're not worried about the temperature or any rain and such. I've not used it on this configuration myself, not being anywhere warm enough and such to do that, but I can imagine laying in there looking at the stars through that would be pretty good. So that's the option for your inner only. I'll get the outer back on and show you the full picture. One other useful feature just to show you is this colour coding. There's a red at one side which ties in with the red of the inner, and then at the other side the grey, which again ties in with the inner. It's only a little thing, but when the light's fading, you're in a rush and you're trying to get your tent up, it can save you a lot of time and messing about. Nothing more frustrating than getting half the outer on and then finding you got it the wrong way around. Right, so there we go then. That's the tent up, inner and outer. I did just pop the vent up there to show that. I will say I've never had any problem whatsoever with condensation on the inside of this tent. The ventilation on it is absolutely spot on. So that's the completed setup. Show you inside now. Double zips on there. Right, there we go. So that's the doors open, the entrance. Now for those of you that are Brompton riders, the Brompton fits lovely in the porch there, and you've still got room to get in and out. And once you're in the tent, now I'm 5'9" tall, and there's room for me to lay out completely flat and have the tea bag in the end there, which is what I tend to do, and also room for any bits and bobs that I might want to leave in there. There are a couple of little tabs on the roof, one there and one there, that I use to hang a little light. So I've got some night light in the evening, and there's a little pocket there by your head. I mean, you can lay either way, but I keep that by my head there, so I've got a little bit of storage. You can see that there's a lot of mesh on the inner, obviously, but you have got a decent wall size just to help keep the wind out. But all this mesh is fantastic for preventing condensation. So yeah, that's it. There's your MSR NX1 HUBBA one-man tent. I prefer this to a two-man tent. It's absolutely not a problem to sit up. Right, I will actually just show you that. Right, there we are. You can see got quite a bit of headroom right back, and even more so in the middle of the tent there, but you can sit up very comfortable. It's a very roomy tent. I looked at a lot of one-man tents before I bought this, and some of them gave me the feeling of being in a coffin. Much too tiny and claustrophobic. Wouldn't want to spend any time in that at all. A lot of people, even touring on their own, go for a 2-man tent because they like the extra room and such. I get that, but this feels airy and spacious, so unless you actually need the room for your gear and you want your gear actually in the tent with you, literally, I mean, there's plenty of room in the porch. Let me put you back on the other camera and I'll close the porch. Okay, there we go, there's the porch closed. Now the bike's in, obviously, but there's still a fair bit of room there to do a bit of cooking, leave your boots or your cycling shoes and another bag, whatever you need to do. For a 1-man tent, it really is spacious. Right, so I'll get this packed up, and that's the tent. I hope that's useful for you. I didn't bring the tripod or anything, so couldn't perhaps show it to its best advantage, but give you an idea what's possible with a tent. I love it. It's light, it's compact, it squeezes in tight spaces, and it's a bit like a TARDIS. Feels great inside. So as I say, hope that was useful for you. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video, and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more. Thanks till next time. Bye.